Hola, my name is Nimthul, and welcome to a new episode of MKP Director's Cut. We are back in this series where I'm going to revisit some of the areas of my parks, areas I have already created, and maybe discover some of the secrets hidden in this area, and also explaining to you some details of the areas. And today we are back in my last park, MKP Gran Resort, to visit one of the sections of the Studios park. As you know, we are having here this area, and this is one of the I think 11 areas of this park. To be honest, I don't remember. Let's count them, how many were. Studios, Renefo, and this was DEX-R area. This is the one we are going to visit today. This area here, and we have the Renefo area, the Studios, and these three areas are MKP Studios. You enter from here. And now we have Wonderland, which has the Polynesia, Mexico, Scandinavia, Morocco, and Thailand. So 5 in total, 8, and 3 here, the Tropic area, the Riverlands, and the Borderland. So yes, I was right, 11 areas. So we're going to visit today one of the areas. If I have to explain all I want to explain for this area, if I have to make it for the whole pack, this video will take like 10 hours. So let's go in area by area. So we are here in this Renefo area, and in this DEX-R area. And if you know, DEX-R is this character here, is this entertainer of Planet Coaster, which is a robot. And the idea of these two parts of MKP Studios was to make a tribute to the two entertainers of Planet Coaster. And I found first I found this option, DEX-R. I made this area, and after I made the Renefo area, and yes, and I like this area so much because I think not so many people has used this theme. The DEX-R is not really common to find DEX-R creations or DEX-R areas in any parks. Maybe you can find some blueprints and so on, but an area in a park dedicated to this entertainment is not so usual. And I found with DEX-R a really nice argument for the story, a really nice story to compare and to use for this area, which was the Wall-E story. I don't know, I saw that film in Spanish, so I don't know if in English it's Wall-E, but this robot, this Pixar film with the robot and so on. So I took the Wall-E theme for the whole area, and as you can see, this area has two different parts. One is the Junker Town, as I would say, this Junker Town, and this is the first part of the movie, and this second part of the human spaceship. So we start with the Junker Town, and we are starting by this indoor section here. We coming from the Renefo area here. This is the last section of the park, and we can go here in this security area. And this is the idea of this was to make something like I did with the Hotel of series in MKP Classic World, where the log flume went by the hotel bar. So here I saw the spotlight of Channel 5 Gaming, and they Synchros and Johnny loved that interaction, and I decided to make the same, but this time with a coaster here. And yes, I make this great restaurant here. Here you can have the shops of the restaurants, and this restaurant have also a carousel. So that's really nice, and this is the last part of the coaster. So the coaster interacts with this restaurant, and the idea here was to use this sand style. The first idea was to use this sand style I am using now for the Gates of Time area in the park of the Let's Build an MKP Park series. So, but finally I decided to include some rocks, and it looks nice. I think it looks pretty nice, and the first thing I would like to talk about the building of this area was the pieces, these futuristic pieces. This was my first attempt of using this kind of pieces, and I really fall in love with them because they are really big. So you need really less pieces to cover the whole area. So I'm pretty happy this area is like 3K pieces, maybe a little bit more with the hotel. But that was something really nice, and it was my first futuristic area. So that's also another point for using these pieces for the first time. And to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the result. So as you can see here, we have the floor of the area. I would like you to take a look from the aerial perspective. I think this is something really nice, and it gives the sensation of that as it's not always the same pattern, it gives, and the same colors even. So it continues the sensation of being in a Junkertown. And the main points of this Junkertown thing are the walls, which in this case are made with these futuristic pieces. And for example, here we have some details. Later we are going to ride the coaster Axion, which is that coaster there on top, the biggest, the highest coaster I have created in Planet Coaster. And well, but the design is not mine for sure. And we have some details like here the DEX-R logo I invented. This is not their logo, but I just took that logo. And here, for example, we have a panzer, and there is this kind of cockroach holding the panzer. This is the yes, a detail that I think not so many people has watched it. This cockroach. So I am in my parks. They used to have this kind of small details. And here we have this flat ride, which I think I for sure have never used this flat ride before. And yes, we can ride it, but I would say well, this is not so. This is for the family. I mean, what you get is a really nice view of the area, I think. Well, depending where you sit. All right, I think it's enough. I think it's nice to check how the flat ride looks like, but we cannot spend 3 minutes looking to that. So, or that's not worth it, at least to mine. So this is the Junkertown part of the area. As you can see, this is really small. Let's, I would say, let's. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to check it, but I would say it's smaller than 20 pieces, or 4-meter pieces. And now we are in the futuristic part, or more space shift or spacecraft area, which is related also in this case to Cosmic Cow. And why? I think if you have seen this movie, the humans are the whole time drinking milkshakes. So I found another parallelism with the movie, and I used this Cosmic Cow, which is another entertainer here for this area. And this area includes only this flat ride that we can ride. Let's ride. This is going to be probably more funnier. Well, a little bit crazy, I would say. Maybe you don't have to ride it after eating. You have to wait a little bit. And the main part of this section would be the hotel, and I'm also pretty happy with this hotel. It follows I use these metal panels for the floor and of the Junkertown section, and also here, and also for the walls of this hotel. And all of my hotels have this reception. And the main point I would like to talk about this hotel is this, guys. You can use this hotel in your parks. You can download it in the workshop and directly use it. You can find a version of the hotel where the rooms has not any names inside. As you maybe know, I like to shout out everybody who shout out me and give me nice comments, or visit my parks in the YouTube channel, and like Red Dragons, which is a Twitch channel, and he used to visit my parks, and he has his room here. And the rooms, this is something futuristic for the rooms. We have for sure the TV, some small details. I mean, the details are minor, but that's because I want to keep the piece count. But as you can see, they are not missing. The details are here for every rooms. And here we have the toilet, even with the I think that this hotel was one of my best hotels, and we have rooms here for almost everybody. I forgot to add a room for Pretzel, and I don't know why I sent him a ticket, but I forgot. I modified his name, and I put another name. I think it was my friend Bigoga, and finally he didn't get any room for this hotel, but he got the whole hotel of MKP Stick City named after him. So now we have in the terrace, and now you can see this view here from the pool. This is a pool with water, which follows the theme. And here we have these benches. I don't know if bench is the proper name for that, but the main point of this area would be the views of the coaster. And yes, you say, okay, this is really empty, there is no detail here, and you're right. But to be honest, I didn't want to add so much detail to that, because at the end nobody has visited this area in any of their spotlights. So I imagine that the people visiting the parks would have also did it neither. So I think that was a decision to improve the performance. But all right, for sure I can put it here like a bar or something, like a clap, and so I think that yes, but I agree with those that say, okay, your parks are not so detailed, you should not put more effort in your detailing. But guys and girls, the game is like it is, and I prefer to improve the performance of the park. Well, now it's saving, I think. I prefer to improve the performance of the park than than put detail or spend time including details on something that nobody will notice. So this is the exterior view of the hotel. The hotel, the blueprint is prepared for the. Here is also not theme, but you will have the whole facade from this side also. And yes, let's. This hotel has three floors and a fourth floor, which includes this dome, and I'm pretty happy with the dome and the idea. And it was something important because this dome is something that is can be is really can be seen from this coaster. And also in the Channel 5 Gaming Spotlight, Gioni said, well, this coaster was not so good because you broke the immersion in this area, and I agree with that. But I couldn't find any better solution for this, and you can see what they made here is totally crazy. This makes no sense. If you want to keep the realism, this is not for sure the most realistic part of my parks, of this park. But all right, that's something that I mean, I cannot go for 100% realism because I am one person, and the parks are designed by big teams of many people that has a lot of experience and so on. So that's the hotel and the dome. As you can see from here, there are some butterflies in the dome, and there are different types of flowers and flowers and plants and so on, because the idea was to this was the Junker Town, and this was where the human now lives, and this is like a arc for the plants. You from the good point of this area is from the guest perspective, you don't see any plants almost. You can see there in the dome, and maybe here you can see something there. But all right, so the only plants you can see are these kind of roots and so on. All right, so I think we have visited the whole area. So now it's time to move to the coaster, and here is the entry to the coaster. This was really difficult to make it because the terrain was totally crazy at that time, and to be honest, I didn't put so much time to this area. It was really fast done. So this is the queue. For sure, this queue is too short for probably the biggest coaster in the tallest coaster in the park. But all right, so we are going to run this coaster once the first time during the day, and I will not stop it, and you will see it. And the next time I will going to talk about it. All right. Well, to be honest, this is the most overwhelming coaster experience I have created, I think, for the one who has to ride this coaster. I mean, this coaster, the layout of the coaster is for sure realistic. It's a copy, but I just modified a little bit the shape of the hill. But this is Kindaka. You can see this. Similar to Kindaka. I think what I did was to modify the direction because first the hill was on the left, and I noticed that this view here makes no sense. But wait, we're going to do this nice. This view here makes no sense for the one who rides the coaster, but this view here And I designed this. The point was I designed this coaster for sure before all the theming was here. What I saw here in the design phase, because this park I make the pre-design for the whole park, and then later I make the design of each area. But I had the idea in mind for the whole park, like the one I'm right now working on it. So when I was testing this coaster from this look into the park, I say okay, this is the right perspective to get when you goes down. You can see the whole park from here, as this coaster can be seen for the whole park. So I made this modification. So guys, this is something you can check every time you are making a launch coaster or a coaster that have a really tall lift hill, like here, like this one here. What the people will look on the lift hill, all right? And if it is a launch coaster like this, yes, the most important view is this one. And if you notice, I know that this is also nice for the people, because if you notice the intro of the MKP Gran Resort spotlighting Channel 5 Gaming starts with this view of this coaster. And all right, so let's we are going to ride now the coaster at night, and I will stop the coaster at some points just to wait. All right, so let's go. Well, first now I'm going to stop it. What you could see here was the countdown, and maybe I have the sound so really low, so you couldn't. I don't know if you could hear it, but we have here a pre-show where we make the launch. And the good point of this is that have a really good, nice looking points, because you can see that from all this. From the path here, you can see the launch, which is a really nice thing that I think most of the parks who has this kind of coaster has, but I think not theme, like and include in that area. So probably because most of the parks who has this kind of coaster are American parks, which there are not so themed. So let's continue. And here, if I put the light, you can see I use only these kind of fair lights. I put all the colors in black, and one of them was white. And if you go like this, you can see like the space. And this view here is the first overwhelming thing, as you can see. And the point is getting here. From here you can see everything. And it looks nice at day, at night, at every time. Because the view will be overwhelming. As you know, I like this kind of park like this, really big, a lot of theme everywhere, that nobody can pay that if you have to make it. So I think the points of having this tall coaster, if you have a tall coaster like this, you should get a really nice view of the whole park. And I think I did a good job getting that view for this coaster, to be honest. And here, for example, I didn't theme so much. You can see here, and at day we can see it better. Here there is only a path, and the rest of the terrain is just terrain. There is nothing more. Now we enter in this second indoor section, and here you can see the same for the stars and for the planet. Yes, they are just shapes, and I use lighting just to illuminate that shapes. Now we're going out, and here we get the second nice view, because we see the Renefrew area here and the Junkertown here. But yeah, I don't think the people here will get the impression of the immersion broken, because they have already the immersion. The immersion has been already broken but in a good way, with overwhelming in the top hat. And here is just like the point to enjoy, and to the people here will be happy, and they will just get a really nice view, and they will not put attention into the detail. So, but the detail is still here. You can see in the break section we go into the restaurant I saw before. Here you can see the shout out to Channel 5 Gaming. I have to say always thank you so much to Yoni and to all to Synchros, to Selixor. Thank you so much, because their videos make me much more known in this community, and I'm pretty I'm pretty thankful to them. So, and now here we enter in the last section that for all those who has maybe watched the film, you remember that the Wale had this was like the home, like his home. He has some details of the past, and this is exactly that. Those are pieces that are not present in the area, because they are from the past, not from the future. So I gave this shout out, and I used the Wale theme to adapt for this DEX-R, which, to be honest, I think it has so much in common. All right, so that was the visit to the DEX-R area. I hope you like and you learn a little bit more on how I'm creating this area. You know, this area was making like 2 weeks, I would say, design and theme. I played a lot in those weeks, but it was not so difficult. As I said, these big pieces, I mean, all these pieces are how many? Look at this. They are not even 1K pieces. So they are pretty useful if you want to make, if you want to take care about the piece count. So this theme is really useful for that. All right, I'm going to change to get a last overview a day. And again, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I'm pretty happy of the result of the last videos. I'm now on holidays in Spain. The videos you're watching now has been already recorded, and I'm recording this video because I found that I am pretty happy with the channel, with the feedback I'm getting from you guys and girls. And yes, this is a way to thank you so much for your support. So if you like this video, thumbs up, and if you like the content I'm creating for this channel, even if it is only these MKP Director's Cut videos or the Let's Build Up MKP Park, and you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And yes, guys and girls, thank you so much. My name is Nimthul, and this was MKP Director's Cut. Adiós.